Of Johannesburg's fire stations have no fire trucks. But all of this is changing. Johannesburg Mayor Herman Mashaba delivering 15 emergency services vehicles today. It's the first batch of 92. Nqobile Madlala is on that story and she joins us now. Of course, this will be a big relief for a dire situation, wouldn't it, Nqobile?
That's right. It is, in fact, a very big relief because you remember that our EMS personnel have been faced with a lot of shortage of basically the stuff that they need to execute what is needed for the community. But today, they actually have received just 10 trucks. These are the ones that are behind me, and they're going to receive 5 more during the week. But just to explain further what these vehicles are and how they are used, I am joined here by the acting chief of EMS, Mr. Monacheng. Mr. Monacheng, please explain to us how these vehicles are used.
Ma'am, we just received these vehicles purely within our plans going to be used as rapid intervention vehicles, purely to do so many things. First of all, they can be used during the firefighting of grass fires, rubbish fires, shack fires, but purely being a rapid intervention vehicle is going to go on scene and to do the size up for the team, to radio back to the radio control room to indicate what kind of fire we have. But then some fires are going to be bigger than the usage of these vehicles. That one can bring in the heavy trucks on the point with a lot of personnel to use on the same space. But over and above, these vehicles can be manned by 2 firefighters that are purely qualified for firefighting, for rescue as well at a given point.
2 firefighters, is that safe?
Ma'am, it is safe because they go out as a response vehicle to go and assess. They're purely to assess. It can be 2 firefighters or it can be 1 fireman with an officer at the same time, knowing for a fact that also a fire engine is on its way. Instead of us duplicating resources and wasteful resources in terms of running costs, we rather send these vehicles first to go and assess the situation, then give more sort of responses on the same space and say, yes, indeed we assess the situation, we need the following resources straight on and on point.
Well, we do understand that the country has faced a lot of shack fires. How are these vehicles good for shack fires?
Ma'am, they're good for shack fires because of within the carrying capacity of the water quantity in them. They're carrying 4,400 liters of water and 100 liters of foam. Foam is purely used to kill in on carbonaceous material. We know most of our shack material used in the same space, they're made of carbon material in the same space. But also the size of them, they will be able to drive within the shack spaces in the same issue. Also, there's no proper roads and streets in those areas. Therefore, these vehicles can get in certain areas, they can be able to dose down the fire. But if the fire has gone to a point of maybe engulfing 10 to 20 fires, the one shouldn't be of much sufficient in the same space. But as I said earlier on, they're rapid intervention vehicles. As soon as we get a call, they'll go out, respond to the same incident, trying to contain the fire to the smallest amount it's supposed to be. But if the fire is out of hand because of the wind and the speed of the wind itself, we'll then bring in the proper kind of bigger fire engines on this one there.
I understand you were going to show ENCA a demonstration of how these vehicles work?
Yes, absolutely. We can demonstrate, ma'am, for you there. Okay.
So what are they doing currently?
Okay, ma'am. What we've got here, we've got a nozzle amongst ourselves. The same nozzle, when you press it like that, it can be used to spray the water. You can actually adjust the nozzle however you want it to the same direction as you want on the same space. But then in the same nozzle in here, they can be able to throw foam. You see from that gentleman there, that white stuff there on the ground. It's what you call foam. Therefore, they're throwing foam at the same time. Whilst I'm also using my own one, I can also contribute on the same space. Literally, the reach of this one, they'll give you easy 10 to 15 meters reach on the same space. But it can also advance. The hose itself is 30 meters long. Therefore, it doesn't actually tie the fireman on. You can even see myself. One hand usage, my other hand is using something else on a point on the same situation there.
Thank you there, Mr. Monacheng, explaining to us how these vehicles will be used, especially in the sense of shack fire. I'm getting a little bit wet from here. As you can see there on the grass, you can see that's the foam that they say that will help a lot. And you can see the water. This here is just to show that it can pull a weight of that size of the truck. But of course, it has come at the right time that Johannesburg is in need of these vehicles.
All right, thanks very much, Nqobile Madlala. They're talking to us about